1, 2, 3, tuning into what's hot like a cup of tea. The Burp is live, it's time to feast with BLT icon, bringing you the heat. Static on the dial and the crackle in the air, feeling like a rebel in the days wear and tear. The BLT icon pouring out the noise, tuning into the
What's up, fellas? Welcome back to the bar. I mean, the Burp. It's the Burp. Okay, it's the Burp is at the bar, kind of. This is the greatest podcast ever, fellas. How's it going? It's good to see you. How you been? How you doing? How the parents? How the kids? How the life? How's everything? It's good, right? So, want to say hi. Welcome back to the Burp. It is actually possibly the greatest podcast ever, especially in this universe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. See?
Totally the best.
That, folks, is Luca. Luca, how you doing today? How's it been?
Can't complain one bit for a Monday.
For a Monday. All right. Billy, it's good to see you. How you doing? How you been?
Not as good as Luca, apparently.
Apparently not as good as Luca. That's for sure. Well, you know what? It's good to see you guys again. It's good to hear your voices again. Luca, I am talking about your voices. It's good to hear you guys. It's good to see you guys. You know what? Let's just get right into it. It's good to see friendly faces in a bar. Here we are, the Burp. Speaking of a bar, what are we drinking? Billy, what are we drinking today?
Well, I may have mentioned before, but I got an ab. I got an ab. Sticking with the seltzer water. In my pink, I had a swig at Nig's Koozie, Wisconsin Dells. Staple Bar, Wisconsin Dells, shout out. And it's holding my water. And
all
yes, right. I know I am a vag.
It's all good.
It's like, what kind of streak are you going for? Like, are you going for Angel Reese's streak of like missing shots and everything? Like every single time she misses a shot in the game, you're like, oh, I gotta drink seltzer water again.
It'll never end. It'll never end.
True. It'll never end.
I basically drink one seltzer water per episode for every time Luca has internet lag.
Ooh, that will also never end. Internet leg or Angel Reese missing a shot. They're both going to happen. So, Luca, what are you drinking today?
Well, to follow up, like Angel Reese, I'm just going to say my internet's the greatest there ever is, there ever was, and there ever will be. And if you don't like it, you're fascist. On that note, I'm drinking berry lemonade vodka. Splash of berry lemonade. Real big on the vodka.
All right.
So one day we'll be talking about Luca's internet too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And about like a third of a glass, we're going to be talking about how drunk I am. So it's going to be great.
I won't be getting drunk tonight. I did fill with water today, actually. You know what? I'm a little parched. If that's a word, right?
I'm not going to call you a pussy because you did do a shot right before we started this recording.
Yeah, we're at the bar, right? I got my bar right here.
You got your shot glass right there next to you. I can vouch you did do a shot.
I did it. Mm-hmm. So there's actually, if you look hard, there's still a little in there. Anyway, you know what? It's good.
Get in there with your tongue.
Have
get the rest of it out.
Done it. Would. Absolutely. So,
yeah,
you know what?
And me both. Both have wood.
Okay, let's not bring up getting in there with our tongues. Let's talk about something more important, which may in fact be, what are you guys thinking about the NBA Finals this year? It's the Pacers and the Thunder. Like, that is, none of us expected that. I don't know what to think about it. I personally, I want to see the Thunder win. I did see a map that said everybody else wants to see the Pacers win, but the Pacers have forever been tainted for me by Reggie Miller. Not a big fan. Reggie, if you're hearing this, I'm not a big fan. But anyway, for me, it's go Thunder.
I said this last week. I'm going to say it again. Tyrese Halliburton is a bitch. So I am an OKC fan for these finals.
Yep.
I'm indifferent. Flip a coin. I'm more OKC than anything. I actually love OKC. I've been riding that train all year. I mean, I picked them for everything. Yeah. We have recorded episodes on it. But you know what? The Pacers, with how they've been playing and how much fun they've been to watch, I wouldn't mind if they won. I'd be kind of annoyed because then we'd have to see Halliburton talk some more, and it'd be cool to see him get juked out on an MVP again. But I think I am OKC. I'm all about OKC. I've been on
Okay.
that train. I'm gonna have to keep following it up.
You have an oversized SGA jersey that like goes down to your shins that you wear as a little nightie.
That's
I know
your
it.
nightie.
You know what?
It's your nightie.
It's your
I'm
nightie.
gonna go get one now. Yeah. I'm
So
gonna go get one.
you talk about Halliburton and that. Can you please elaborate for everybody on that? Because I have some questions. I have some questions.
He's sitting there. He's sitting there in the background, and now the Larry Bird Trophy. Yes, that's right. That's what we're calling this MVP trophy now. The Larry Bird Trophy.
Yep.
The winner is, and here he is, like, yeah, man, it's me. It's
You
me.
thought it was him?
Pascal Siakam. He's like, oh shit, and he just straight looks over. He's
What?
like, oh shit, and then he puts his head down. And he's like,
So
I'm an idiot.
I have questions on that because if that's really what happened, that's fucking hilarious because it couldn't happen to a worse person than Tyrese Halliburton. But my question is, do you think before they hand that trophy out that they know who's getting the MVP? Like, could he perhaps have been posing for a picture, doing something else, and it just looked like it? Or is it truly on the spot they announce the MVP and the players don't know it?
Mm-hmm. It's on the spot. There are, I think it's 7 or 9 people there, and it's all the people that have been on the sideline for the whole entire game. So it's all the like analysts or all the sports people for the announcing stations right there. Each one of them gets a pick of who they thought won it, and it was like a 4-3 or 5-4 split. Pascal Siakam got 1 extra vote. I mean, in the guy's defense, he scored all the points other than one game where Halliburton went off.
Yeah. So that getting stiff and that couldn't have happened to a worse person.
Right?
I just don't like him. He's cocky.
Yeah.
And I think it's hilarious. Yeah, exactly. I also think it's funny that the bad guy from Captain Phillips beat out Tyrese Halliburton for MVP. I'm MVP now. This is my trophy now.
That's so bad. I can't top that.
Halliburton.
What I will say is, one, again, Reggie Miller ruined the Pacers for me. But 2, I am also very excited because I feel like if OKC wins, is that really a win for Seattle?
Yeah, same
I feel
franchise.
like it is. I feel like it's a win for the Supersonics, right? Like, they should have had one,
Sure.
Gary Payton.
Why do you think I'm all about the Brewers winning one? Because then Seattle can get one too. The Pilots.
That one doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count.
I mean, they did just create that team for Seattle for the 1 year for Milwaukee to get their stuff ready to go, so that the team could just go over there.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's like
count for
Sacramento right
It doesn't
now.
count for Seattle. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Seattle fully has the Mariners, who again should have won in '99, but that's different. I still think this is a win for the Supersonics, and I think maybe this gets the ball rolling for the Sonics to come back to the NBA.
Gets the ball rolling. I see what you did there.
You saw it.
So, question: do you think old school Supersonics fans migrated to be OKC fans, or who else would they root for? Did they just say, fuck the NBA for taking my team away? Or did they just kind of, hop on over to the OKC train?
That's a good question. We got any Washington State listeners?
I mean, unless they migrate down and become Portland Trailblazer fans, or what? Yeah. What happens?
You know what? We got one listener that is from Washington. I'll ask him, and I'll report back. How about that?
That would be great.
Yeah, no, I would like to know because, are you mad at the franchise for leaving, or are you still a fan, being that was your franchise for so long? So
truly curious, truly, genuinely curious.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a good question. But
I mean, I'd almost phone him in, but we didn't notify him of the podcast, so that'd be a little bit awkward. And then if he says a lot of messed up stuff, that's even worse because then we get canceled.
Well, that's your fault because I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I have no idea who you're talking about either.
Kind of on you.
So, shit.
You know what though? I think it sounds like all 3 of us are kind of in agreement that we think we want OKC to win this.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton, just not there for him. His dad ruined everything, plus him. So I'm like I'm all on board with him, and the Pacers not winning. So I'm all OKC. I think it's going to be a good series. Like I think it goes 7. Absolutely goes 7.
Oh, it has to go 7. That's the only way that it has to go. And I just don't want it to be flip-flopping like blowouts like we had with the last series. because
40-point wins every other win. Like, come on,
yeah,
not even close.
and it's only good for like one game. I don't want that. I want a close game, all 7, just dogfights.
I'm
So-
going the opposite. OKC's going to sweep them.
Oh, okay. I like that. I do like that. I'm okay with that
just
happening.
Waffle stomp
Mhm.
Tyrese Halliburton down that drain.
I mean, that probably won't happen because let's face it, Pacers are good, Halliburton is good, but it won't happen. But I would love to just see a fucking sweep.
It would be amazing.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I think though, like, again, they need the ratings, right? They need 7 games. But is it me or did the NBA? When did we start going into like June for the finals? I thought they were always done in like April or May.
Yeah,
I don't know,
true.
actually.
Yeah, I could have swore like at the end of May, like
Seems like it
I
keeps
already
getting
saw
later
all
and
the
later
stuff
and later.
for Milwaukee Bucks winning the championship. I think like a week or 2 ago.
It feels like it, right? Like it just feels like I don't know if and maybe it even goes back to COVID. Maybe we just felt different with the Bucks, but maybe it goes back to COVID and pushing everything out. I really don't know. It just feels like it's getting later
Mhm.
and later and later.
Are
and
they
it's
starting later in the year?
That's what I'm
Oh
wondering.
no.
I have
What
no
they
idea.
did do, yes, it did get longer this year, starting this year, because they developed more rest days. I think they added like 15 more rest days into the calendar or something like that. So
Okay.
there's not as many back to backs. And then they also tried to fix it to where when you're going on these home trips or these road trips and everything, you're hitting a bunch of teams in that area. And if you notice this year, there was a lot of back-to-back games of playing like the Bulls, playing Minnesota. We got like that series out of the way right away. We
Okay.
played Indy like at the beginning of the year like 3 times. Then we didn't see
Got
them anymore till like the very end or something like that.
Yeah.
So they're being a little bit more strategic with mileage and rest because they want these superstars to not only play 68 games or whatever just over the minimum to be qualified for MVP.
Yeah.
And it's dumb. You look at everybody's stat sheet. There's not many guys that play 82 games a year this year. Or at
Yeah,
all.
they're not like they were with the Jordan era.
Nope.
I'll say that
Nope.
again. But still thinking
Could it-
like, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask a question. The whole in-season playing or tournament thing, does that extend anything with all that or not really?
I don't know because those are the games count towards their win-loss record.
Does it?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty
And
sure
I think it's the first game usually is like one of the conference games so that like they don't play a team too many times. Something
Okay.
of that sort, I think.
All right.
Okay.
I'll scratch that.
Well, so that leads me to another question, though. Just kind of getting back to the NBA Finals. It's now been 4 years since the Bucks won.
Oof.
Do we feel like I don't know? Just it feels different with the Bucks, right? Like, help me out here. It feels like are the finals as important without the Bucks? Would they be more important with the Bucks? Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but it feels like that, right? It's,
I mean, you got to have the Bucks, and I would love to see the Bucks in the NBA Finals every single year. But if you're not, why not have small market teams like seeing who we're seeing this year? It's not the fucking Lakers. It's not the Nuggets. It's not teams that were like Boston. It's not the teams that have a ton of championships that are in there. It's the smaller ones like OKC versus Pacers. Let's go. What Pacers second finals, I think, and then same with OKC because they're part of Seattle. What they have like 3 or 4 now, and they actually have it technically a championship or something like that. But I don't know if it counts or whatever. But to see OKC in a different city doing it, getting to the finals.
I totally agree with what you're saying, Luca, but I also wouldn't have hated seeing the Knicks just because they sucked balls for so long. And obviously they're a large market. I wouldn't have mind seeing that. I do think to answer T West question, I feel obviously we're all Bucks fans. We're always going to be, but I feel like that magic of that core group when the Bucks won the title, it's all gone because you got Middleton's gone and whoever else, you know. I mean, we still have Bobby and we still have obviously Giannis and honky ass Connaughton, but I mean, it's just like that whole magical run that the Bucks had the seasons before they won and when they won, and even the following year, even though they got bounced in the first round. But it was like that was just a magical time. That was like that was the end of an era real quick with them gone now, because I don't know. I just feel like with Dame on the team, they're not really meeting my expectations personally.
No. So okay, maybe this is where I wanted to go.
Drew Holiday is another one that's gone. Yeah.
The Bucks is one of your both of you guys, question for both of you guys, because I'm just like shooting off the hip here. Would one of your dream matchups in the NBA Finals, obviously we're homers, but what does your dream finals matchup look like? Is it with the Bucks or is it without the Bucks? Is it Lakers Knicks? Is it Celtics Lakers? Is it what is a dream matchup for you guys? Does it include the Bucks? Does it not? I'm just absolutely curious here, because I like we were talking Oklahoma City, and I like Indiana, even though I hate Indiana, but the Pacers. I like the state. The state's okay. Well, the state's kind of weird too. All right, I'm rambling, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. Go ahead. Tell me what you're like. What's your dream? Because like this isn't
Let's
bad.
hear it. Let's hear it.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, my scenario is I would love to see the Bucks in the championship. Like I said, I wouldn't have hated the Knicks in it, even though they're large market. But I would have loved to see the Timberwolves. I mean, Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you'd call it a dream finals, but I wouldn't mind Bucks T-Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty cool.
I mean, that would be cool. Just that state rivalry, because I mean, they have the shit ass Vikings and stuff like that, like kind of like that. But I can't hate the Wolves. I mean, I would.
No.
I couldn't have said it better.
I would obviously root for the Bucks, but if the Bucks lost that, I'd be as a Bucks fan, be damn, that sucks. But I wouldn't hate seeing Ant win a championship before like Halliburton. I wouldn't hate it.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I wouldn't hate seeing him win before Luka.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I'm like, damn, that's harsh.
You won't even get past Labor Day, let alone NBA Finals.
There it is.
Oh,
there it is.
Who gets it
Oh
out there?
boy. Oh boy.
Dang. I don't want to say Luka anymore because he's a Laker. Now I have zero interest in seeing him win. But you couldn't have said it better. I would have. That's like my dream one. Bucks versus T-Wolves. I want to see what Ant-Man can do. I respect his game so much. I think Rudy Gobert gets traded in the offseason or he's dismissed in some type of way. So I think the team only figures out a way to get more depth where they lack. If I'm going without the Bucks, this is my B one. Although, okay, I will say this. Bucks versus Suns, I think in a way was a dream for me to see that because I live down here. It's just I was a cheapwad and didn't want to get jumped at the games because I heard people were actually getting jumped at the games for talking trash, and I would have talked trash. Yeah. So I wouldn't be here today. That's why I didn't go. Yeah. But dream lineup without that, I would like to see Timberwolves or Sacramento. Why not Sacramento, man? They got so many good players on that team. And then if you're looking from the Eastern Conference, the Knicks are solid. And if you go past the Bucks, everybody else just doesn't belong in the playoffs. So Cleveland's the only other one I can think of that, come on, man, fuck LeBron. We got a whole new team. All those guys are so much fun to watch on that team. Why not them? Why can't they make the finals?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go a little bit weird here, and this is solely based on jerseys and if they were to wear their throwbacks. All right. If they were to wear their throwbacks in the finals, Toronto Raptors versus Vancouver Grizzlies. But would that not be the most
happen in the finals?
Would that not be the most appealing finals you've ever seen?
Yes.
It would be.
Goodness gracious, those are the best.
That's funny. It's weird that the Grizzlies are still in the Western Conference. Like, I mean, I get it based on where they were geographically before that, but it's just like
they're on the East Coast now, pretty much.
Oh, right? True. Yeah, being in Memphis. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it's kind of weird that they're still that, but that would be really cool. And I feel like if they did have Raptors Grizzlies, I feel like the marketing NBA marketing team would have to be like, dude, we have to do throwbacks for one of these.
You got to have it soon too, because right now all the 90s style is coming back. Why not with some like updated 90s graphics? We're all buying that merch.
Oh god, yeah. Like that was the 90s was just pinpoint the best. Like, okay, here's another one I'll throw at you. The Pistons, right? the
Mhm.
Pistons and their throwbacks in the finals, which they're a young and upcoming team. Watch out for them.
They're talking
That
about
might be
making
kinda good.
moves.
You
We'll
know?
see, but I'm more hooked on this finals right now. Oh, and okay, so to answer, Brian did answer already. Now this is intriguing. He's like,
Okay.
hear me out, hypothetically speaking. Let's say the Bucks up and move to New Mexico. Are you becoming a Bulls fan or are you rooting for the Isotopes? He just flipped and reversed that on us.
Is
Obviously,
the Isotopes the theoretical New Mexico team?
yeah.
Okay. Theoretical.
So the Bucks are now the Isotopes in New Mexico. I'm rooting for the Isotopes.
Same.
I'm not going.
I'm
for
rooting
the
for the
Bulls.
New Mexico Bucks. Sorry, I'm not going Isotopes. I can't. Sorry. The
I'm
name
just
doesn't
saying
work.
if
Sorry,
they
Brian. I don't know
move-
who you are. The name Isotopes.
I
Clever.
met him at
quick.
the wedding.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Hi, Brian.
What is an isotope?
That's another great question. I don't even know what it is.
I don't know. And Brian's the one who brought it up too. He must.
Oh.
He's one smart gentleman.
That's a good point, though. That's
Yeah.
a good point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That
But
works.
way to throw that
See?
one around.
Good
Does,
job, Brian.
Damn it. Yeah. Good
okay, I gotta say something. We talked about dream matchups. Obviously, the Bucks hold a special spot in our heart as far as
Obviously.
best moments in finals history. Do we have any other great, amazing moments? I gotta say this one, and the Bulls. They played Utah. Was it 2 years in a row in the finals?
Yep.
Mhm.
They were a rematch.
It
Finals
was
rematch.
it was Rodman versus Malone. The way that Rodman would get in Malone's head is etched in my brain, and I think UT West, because when you're talking about Angel Reese being like the next Rodman, I immediately just started thinking about how Rodman is as an individual and the things he's done,
Yeah.
and just I remembered him against Malone. It was diabolical the way he would pull some of that stuff off, and he'd get up and smile towards
Mhm.
the bench like, see that? Technical for Malone now. Foul for Malone now.
Okay. So I got to ask the
Awesome.
question.
Yeah.
Does Angel Reese get in trouble for kicking the cameraman in the nuts or not?
No.
That is his no-no square. I mean, come on.
Mhm.
Like,
No.
she kicked him in his no-no square. I think she should get in trouble.
I think so. I don't think it would happen, though.
Okay.
She would probably
That's
miss
a
and have to
question.
grab a rebound.
I kicked him
So
in
I'm
the
saying, no, go ahead. Try. You'll probably miss. Grab a rebound and miss.
thigh. Okay.
Sorry,
Sorry.
well,
I
that's
just
true.
was questioning, you know. But no,
I kind of forgot about that.
yeah.
Malone getting Rodman getting Malone's head.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I see. I liked the jerseys from the Jazz back then in the 90s. Again, 90s kid, 90s jerseys. But man, if you're talking like favorite memories, I hated the Jordan push off. I think that just
It wasn't
ruined
really a push off. You
Oh.
get it from the other angle. It's not a push off. His
It's a
hand
push-off.
misses.
It's a hand slipped. No, it's a push off. So
No,
anyway,
it's
I
not.
think the fact that we're talking about it has diminished it already. Yeah, I can't, you know, so I'm not there with that. But man, favorite finals moment. Besides the Bucks, you know, back in 1971, I watched them win that trophy. But you know, no, I didn't watch that.
That was from your dad's
Say what?
balls.
Yeah, I'm not 50 years old, so I was hoping you'd catch that quickly.
Yeah, at least
you
we
know.
can watch reruns.
I thought it was a replay or something. Yeah.
I was there live in person, courtside. I'm actually Jerry West reincarnated. That's why the logo is after me.
That's why you don't want the
Jerry
logo
West.
changed. That's
Yes.
why you don't want the logo changed.
That
Fuck you,
makes
Luca. I
sense.
whooped your ass on that one.
You
So
know, hold
before
that
we get
thought.
into that,
Hold that thought.
before
We're gonna
we
come
get
back
into
to
that, we're gonna definitely come the fuck back to that.
Yes.
So I actually disagree with you, T. I don't think Jordan pushed off. I think Byron Russell, his momentum took him, and
Okay.
I think Jordan's momentum also took him, and his arm kind of swung, making it look like a push off, maybe a slight bit of contact. If we had the technology back then, like I say, like I'm part of it. Like if there's a technology existed in the NBA,
Yeah.
like it did back then, where they had multiple cameras and shit, I really feel like it would tell a different story. I would love to just know. But the thing that stands out to me, that's where my mind goes right away, because it's just so iconic. And I remember watching that game as a kid, and when he hit that
Same.
shot, I was like a Jordan fan. Who wasn't? So I wasn't really a Bulls fan. I kind of was, but Looking back, have you ever seen the photo of that kid in the stands?
Oh, he's holding up.
He's
six.
like holding up 6.
Yeah, because he knew it was there.
Yeah,
Yep.
like because that was in
iconic.
Utah, right?
Yep.
And he was a Bulls fan,
Mm-hmm.
just holding up the 6. Luke, have you ever see that?
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah, if you ever look it up, there's a kid in the stand in like a Bulls gear or something, and he's holding up 6 behind the basket because he like fucking knew it was going in.
Oh, yeah.
And in a crowd full of jet. So that is cool. That's cliche for me.
I gotta check
do
that
it.
out.
It's cliche for me to pick that one, so I need to think on that.
I know. I mean, like I'm trying to think as well here.
Without the buck, I mean the Giannis block on Ayton or whatever.
Yeah, that was
the biggest NBA bust.
And the way he just looked in the camera too after that dunk.
Yeah.
Oh God. You know what? I gotta think about that for a
nobody's gonna say, okay, fuck LeBron, but it was pretty cool when D Wade threw it over his shoulder over to Dwayne Wade or to LeBron. That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who they were playing when they did that?
Was it Dallas?
No, it was the Bucks.
Oh, that wasn't even in the finals?
No, that wasn't the finals.
I thought that was in the finals. Damn.
No, but that was against the Bucks.
Oh man.
Yeah.
No, never mind. That was dumb. I'm never picking that.
No, that was sick though. I mean, and even like D Wade just doing this doesn't even look. I mean, oh man.
Imagine being at that game. Oh.
Man, I did like. Do you remember when the Bulls didn't win in the '90s? It was the Rockets going back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Was Barkley on that team when he finally got the championship? No.
Nope. Sam Cassell,
Clyde
Robert Horry.
Robert Horry. Yeah.
Robert Horry. Yeah.
You know what's funny? We have more rings than Charles Barkley. Our wedding ring. Charles Barkley. I don't even think he's married, and he doesn't have a ring. Like we have more rings than him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's one though that I think should have gotten one. I really feel like.
Yes.
Yeah. Could you imagine if he would have stayed in Philadelphia? He would have overlapped with Allen Iverson.
Oh, really?
Oh.
If they still drafted Iverson.
Oh,
if they were in position, but it would have been Barkley and Iverson on the same team.
That would have
been pretty
really
cool.
Wow.
I still one of my favorite. It's not a finals memory, but an NBA memory is Iverson. I love Jordan, but Iverson crossing over Jordan and hitting the jumper over him.
Yeah,
that's kind of iconic too, because it's almost like wasn't a passing of the torch, but like okay, you can play at this level too. So
yeah, but you know what's funny about that is that this is why Jordan's the GOAT, because when Iverson crossed Jordan over, it was a sick crossover because Iverson had a sick crossover.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't like, oh my God, Iverson is like the next GOAT. He crossed over the GOAT. Like it was just going like, yeah, Michael Jordan got bested by Allen Iverson once. Like, like you know what I'm trying to say? Like if that was LeBron who got crossed over, the narrative would be so different, which I'm fine with. But it wasn't like that crossover. It didn't diminish Jordan's greatness.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely. It's still like, holy shit, someone crossed over Jordan. Right? Like, he's still held in that high regard for sure. No,
I mean, even Kobe talks about how much of a pain in the ass Allen Iverson was whenever he was guarding him. Always give him problems. Or when he was going up against him, I would score like 40, 50 against him. And Kobe is like, fuck that guy. Like, I respect the shit out of him, but forget that guy because he keeps messing me over every time we play him. He's a handful. Even though they linked him like 4-0 in the finals, he was the toughest one on that team.
And again, they never should have beat the Bucks that year to go to the finals.
Absolutely.
Nope. Good. Well, the game was rigged. Game 7 was rigged.
Yeah, we've talked about that. We all know it was rigged. It was.
Yeah. I'm not a huge believer in sports being rigged and all that kind of stuff, but I remember this vividly. I was a kid. I was in my Taekwondo classes. First degree black belt. Fuck with me. Yeah, that's right. I remember I came home. Fuck you, Luca.
Just want to talk shit.
I know. I tried to say that with a straight face, but it was hard. But I remember coming home from that. It was like a Friday or something, and watching that game. And as a kid, not even knowing like conspiracies or anything with the game, just sitting there watching. Like this game has got to be rigged or scripted because just watching the fouls
Oh, yeah.
everything was a whistle. Everything was a whistle. Then, as a kid, when I found out that was it David Stern, commissioner, right? At the time,
Yep, David Stern
saying something about like how ratings would be better and sales would be better having two big market teams in Los Angeles and Philadelphia rather than little old Milwaukee.
Yep.
Just hearing that as a kid, I was like, "Fuck this! This shit is rigged."
Yeah, it is rigged.
Yeah.
Man,
No,
that one still burns.
sports.
I mean,
sports are
Shaq
rigged.
called out David Stearns and the refs and everything. He's like, "You want to tell me why the NBA is failing and it's going to go bankrupt? It's this right here." And he's just cussing on TV, and the guy goes, "Hey, we're live." He's like, "I don't give a shit." I was like,
yeah.
love Shaq. Ever since that, man.
But to your point, though, like sports are rigged. Like you can't tell me the New England Patriots in 2001 after 9/11, like that wasn't in the books. It's like, hey, shut your fucking cat up. But two, okay, two.
Your pussy's making noise.
Yeah, would you calm that thing down? God,
It's like headbutting me, wanting attention. I had no control over this. It's 20 years old.
kick it. No, don't kick it. That's mean.
I can't. It might die. It's 20 years old.
It's 20 years old. But that's just another example though of okay, something bad happened to America. What better team than the New England Patriots, red, white, and blue, to win the Super Bowl, right? Like you don't want the Raiders to win that year, who probably should have won that year.
They said that rule would have been reversed. It would have been Raiders.
Yeah,
they've already
cool.
verified that.
While Luca figures out his pussy over there. With the whole rig thing,
yeah,
like I totally get what you're saying, and I could totally be swayed that way. But what if it was like the Giants or Jets, like winning or something? Oh, fuck the Jets! They're never gonna win shit. But like,
they're never gonna.
But like,
that would have been bad though. The Jets, right? Jets winning. I mean.
Yeah.
The Jets just went into the Twin Towers, honestly. So it's like,
Okay, hold on. Let's
That's
get
true.
back over to NBA, guys. Come on, we're getting away from this a little bit.
All right,
The NBA Finals.
rigged.
Sorry, what's one thing that comes up about the NBA Finals, Mr. Music Man? What's the greatest part about the NBA Finals?
I was gonna say, sorry for getting away from you. The seltzer waters got me all out of my shoes here. So of course, it's the music.
Yeah,
it's that. You know what I'm saying? It's that iconic finals music and on NBC or whatever it is, NBA on NBC.
No, can you even name any of the other music for any of the other channels now that might show the NBA play or the NBA Finals?
TNT can, don't they?
But yep, is it even memorable?
Yeah,
it's nothing like that.
Don't remember it.
Hey, now the guy who came up with that song is all over the place. I'm pretty sure he's a documentary about himself on Netflix just about how he came up with that song because there's an interview somewhere, and I don't know where it is, or who did it. But he's sitting there like, yeah, this is me coming up with this music. I wrote this, and they want to get rid of it off of NBC or something like that. I think it might be gone off of NBC.
Really?
I think they have a different intro now. That's how he got the interview. Because
Wow.
he's in outrage over it, and he just talks about how he made the song. It's he's a crazy dude. I'll throw that out there. He's a crazy.
It was
dude.
iconic music, yes, but me personally, not tied to it. Is it iconic? Yes.
Isn't it the greatest of all time though? Out of anything?
No.
Like sports music?
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely with like CBS, the jingles and the Fox jingles for football. I'm in a whole different spectrum. I'm on the spectrum, and it's in a
you
whole
can't
different
say
spectrum.
NBA Finals without having those horns go off in your head. When I think of NFL,
I just said it. No horns went off.
When I think of NFL, all I think of is the draft noise. Somebody getting drafted. Yeah. When I think of baseball, I don't think of baseball. I don't think of any intro for them. They don't have anything. There's NBA Finals, NBA in general, it's NBC. It might be the greatest of all time for sports intros.
Like of all sports?
Yeah.
See, that's hard.
Not just NFL now.
But you got Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. I mean, Monday Night Football. That
Are
with
you
Hank
talking
Williams.
about listening to Carrie Underwood or who?
No, I'm
who
talking about
heck
the
it
old
is?
school Monday Night Football with Hank Williams
Yeah.
Jr.
Yep.
Now it's kind of whack with
It is whack.
Snoop
It-
Dogg
it's whack.
and
You're
whatever.
talking about no lyrics, just straight instruments banging it out. Come on, man.
Can you imagine this guy? He's probably just like coked out with his horn, just going nuts in his home studio, just like geeking out, just going like,
Dude,
"Holy
he
shit!"
had long blonde hair. He
Yeah.
looked like he played the part, man.
This is the best song ever.
You know, that's a good debate, but I mean, top 5, sure, but there's so many good football ones too.
Yeah,
If I'm going
sounds
sports
good.
in general, for me, the Sports Center theme song.
Oh god.
It,
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
yeah,
Like
there
old
it
school
is.
Sports Center. Yeah.
Yes. Nobody can touch that. You hear that, you know what's up. That's
Mhm.
the greatest sports theme, I think, of all time. But number 2 is NBC for NBA Finals. That's all I ever remember.
Can I just bring up real quick, and then we can get back to whatever you want to talk about? Just the de-evolution, I want to call it, however you say those. Like Sports Center and ESPN used to be like we were a civilized country at one point.
Oh
right?
yeah.
And now, I mean, we used to be able to know, all right, this is what I'm going. It would replay, every couple hours, and then you get to see it all over again. But you'd go down. This is what we're going to talk about. This is what we're
Top
talking
10
about. These are the
plays.
highlights. Top 10 plays, right? Like
Worst 10
Sports
plays.
Center was on top of the world.
Mhm.
Absolutely loved it. And then ESPN's like, you know what? Nah, just
Okay.
nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Greatest ESPN cast member, analyst, commentator, whatever you want to call them in all of time. I got mine. I already know it.
I know what you're saying.
I know what
Yep.
you're gonna say. I think I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
You guys both know who my guy is.
Stuart Scott.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've loved him ever since I was a kid. I still like ESPN Zone was a thing in Chicago and throughout the country, Vegas. It was amazing. I would go get all their merchandise. You know who had the best merchandise? Stuart Scott. He had his own mug with all of his things. He's like the Jordan of ESPN
Yeah.
who revolutionized ESPN so it could go to another level. And the fact that we got robbed of his talent and who he is as a person and how he's gone now, breaks my heart. The greatest GOAT of all time, sports commentating.
Yeah, one of my favorite. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. One of my favorite memories of all time was actually winning. So it was like a contest. I just did a sweepstakes thing or whatever through ESPN Milwaukee, and I put in for it and ended up winning. It was called Home and Away with Golick and Wingo. So you had Mike Golick and Trey Wingo.
That's cool.
They had their morning show. It was on TV, it was on the radio, simulcast and all that. So I ended up winning that sweepstakes, and ESPN. I got to go to Green Bay at the Tundra Lodge to watch a live episode in Green Bay, and then there's actually a picture of me. I was caught on Twitter, like, hey, there's T West, in the background, and they took a picture of it, posted it to Twitter, my Twitter, and but then they actually flew me out to Connecticut, and I got to go into their studios and see all the stuff. Like ESPN was on top of the world, and where are they now? It's just so sad because I loved all I wanted to do was work for ESPN. Like
we all did.
Part of me, actually, I've been looking into it. I still want to go into some sort of journalism and radio, and figure that out. And you know what? Like Good Karma Brand is right here in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee. Get an internship there or something. But a part of me still wants to work for ESPN because it was just ESPN, right? And I just miss it. So ESPN, do better. You got.
We all want to be on ESPN. Well, nowadays you got to show your moose knuckle in order to get on there, and I'm just not about selling myself out like that.
I am. I could do that.
ESPN wanted to sponsor this, I'd be all about it, and then sell my soul. But
I'd show my knuckle.
Yeah, I absolutely.
Whatever.
Left field. So I'd show my knuckle. Let's go back to that comment.
Dude, I need everybody's thoughts real quick, okay? Especially out there in the universe.
Of moose knuckle by us, the burp calendar.
I'm starting my OnlyFans, and it's called Fat Guys and Fanny Packs and wrinkly sacks. Fat guys, fanny packs, and wrinkly sacks. Okay, that's my page. Do you think it could take off?
Absolutely.
Okay, then I'm going to do it. Then
I'm already subscribed.
Done.
Counts has already been taken.
Fat guys and fanny packs. And then for the bigger subscription is fat guys, fanny packs, and wrinkly sacks.
Okay. You know what you need to do then? You need to remake that rock pose where he has that fanny pack on. Just naked.
Just naked. Absolutely.
Maybe the
there
chain
could be
though.
some
Keep the
bush
chain.
underneath it.
Keep the chain.
Keep the chain. Fanny pack. Everything else.
He-Man it. He-Man it. Just
I should
grow it all out like He-Man.
I should get like the WWE Igloo fanny pack where it's got like the belt.
Totally.
Cool. Then I
Totally.
really like the rock.
Totally.
Yeah. All right. Game on. I think
All
there's a
right.
market for fat guys and fanny packs. I think I could do well.
It's a market
Yeah,
for
it's
a
called
lot.
Playgirl. I'm subscribed.
No, we talked about that last week too because we already know that you are part of Playgirl.
You guys know I tried out for that, right?
Gee, I wonder why you didn't get in. Gee, what could it be?
Oh, no. I just wanted to be a fluffer.
Oh,
Fluffer. You wanted to be the guy that sat down on this casting couch. So.
Oh, boy. You know that guy's from Phoenix, right?
you just wanted to be the target. So who's
All
the
right.
worst ESPN anchor? I'm saying Chris Berman. I can't stand that guy.
I love Chris Berman. You can't go after Chris Berman.
Once
you can't.
again,
Okay.
you guys know my guy.
So I liked Chris Berman, but right now I'm over him because, like, dude, he retired. He's
Mhm.
done. I think all of his like old shticks are old. He hasn't. He just is. He's recycled. But then the reason why I don't like him is I saw this clip of him when they were off air, but they were still recording. Him just going off on somebody, just being the biggest asshole. And then I saw another one where he was trying to like hit on some chick, like offset, like some like intern or whatever. And he's like kind of like asking, you know, her to go out to dinner. I'm like, oh, so that's weird. Like when the camera's not rolling, you're an asshole.
Gotcha.
That's why he's mine.
Wasn't he like coked up back then, though,
I'm pretty sure.
when that happened?
Probably.
But he's getting extra gargly now. Whenever I have to hear him, I'm like, oh, what happened there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sucks.
All
But
right, Luca, who's yours?
come on, guys, just throw it all out there. You already know who he is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to let you do the honor of just saying his name because I've seen your face.
The Kevin King of ESPN on Sundays. He is none other than Field Yates.
Field Yates.
Let's say our underdog of the day is the guy who's not playing for the week and has already been called out for the week, who didn't even practice other than do a walkthrough on a Thursday, but he's going to be your underdog of the week, and you have to play him in your fantasy football roster. I've never seen a guy so uneducated about fantasy football to show he's hosting than Field Yates. He is the bane of my existence. Every single time I want to turn on that show on Sundays, I'm like, let's just hope he called in sick. Fuck that guy.
Who was the guy? He left. He was an original kind of, and he was pretty good. But then he went out on his own, and he turned into an ass, and he had his own podcast for a while.
That's not Dan Patrick, is it?
Dan Patrick.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Colin
It
Coward.
was Dan
I hate
Patrick.
you know what? I hate Colin Coward.
He has a special hate in all of our heart just
Yeah.
because he's such a contradictive
Yeah.
douche. Like, he's not ESPN necessarily. He's podcast bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like Dan Patrick though used to be he was awesome. I loved listening to him, but then he just got this. I don't know what it was where he just changed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it, people change, but man, like you got to be such a dick.
I think it's because he hit Hollywood.
Yeah.
Ever since Waterboy, he was different. It kind of got to his head. Waterboy, he's on Waterboy
Because he was in Grown Ups too. I think he's the one.
Oh, that too. Yeah, he's part of the Sandler
the water
thing.
side. Yeah. So yeah.
I
That
think
one I
that
can
kind of
see.
changed him.
I don't know. Like I said, I absolutely loved listening to him, and it was awesome. But then he just, you know, and again, people change, so I'm not going to hold that against him. I'm just going to say, in my opinion, take it as you will. He was much more of an enjoyable person to listen to back then. So, and since I don't enjoy listening to him, I just don't. So,
yeah, I get that.
Can we go back 1 second to the guy who we were talking about before that?
Field Yates.
Yeah.
Are you not done?
This guy sucks so much. No, Colin Coward.
Oh, okay, Colin
yeah.
Coward. All right. Hence his
He
last
is
name.
such a pile of crap that he should not have. This is the thing, like ESPN and a lot of these different analysts that are just going for views and going for like the clout is dumb because they say the most objective things, and you're like, what are you thinking, and why are you even given a microphone? Like, why are you allowed to talk? Why would you say these jacked up things that you know are not going to happen in the sports history? Like, why are you going off at Aaron Rodgers about him not being at OTAs when he's not even signed to a team?
Mhm.
Like, what are we doing out there?
Yeah.
People
bar
are
is
just
low.
making up stuff and just throwing it out there. Like, come on, man. Like, what's going on with you?
Should Rodgers though? Should he be? With his advanced age, and again.
Oh,
also
if he was
40,
playing, he should have signed already.
Should he have signed already so he could
Oh,
be
yeah.
at OTAs? Like I can
Why
see
do you
that
think they're
side of the
talking about
argument.
Kirk Cousins right now getting traded? I have a feeling it's going to be to Pittsburgh. I think Rodgers is done.
He's got some stuff going on. I guess dude just got married or something. I don't know.
Who, Rodgers?
Yeah, that was the rumor. Like last week, he was spotted with a ring on his finger, and it's like, okay,
wow.
But
you notice I got a new ring on my finger too.
Not your cock ring. That's
oh shoot.
But
man, I did not know that. But I feel like
who knows?
He did make the comment saying that the Packers signed to a 1-day contract. He would retire him, so he's mulling it for sure. I think I think it's a hard reality when you realize that you're just not wanted anymore.
Now, if he wouldn't have been so off as a okay, and it's hard to say off as a human being because it's not off, right? Just so culturally different, And if he was just grinding on football, and he was there right away, signed right away, do you think it would be different for him? Do you think he would still be wanted like a Tom Brady was wanted? I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it is the public perception, and that plays a lot into it. Unfortunately, I still think he's better than half the quarterbacks in the league. So why shouldn't he play?
I don't think HBO helped them either last year with whatever that show's called, but they were there for all of they were there for all of preseason and everything, and Rodgers had to talk to every little thing that he ever did, which is a full explanation. Like, oh, Garrett Wilson and I were just talking about this every single episode.
Are you talking Hard Knocks?
Hard Knocks, that's what it's called.
Yeah, Enigma was another special just on Aaron Rodgers.
That was on Netflix, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I still haven't watched that.
I got to finish it yet.
I haven't watched it. I haven't brought myself to that. That and the Favre one.
How long is it?
Oh, yeah, the Fall of Favre. Yep. And so it's
I still haven't watched that.
And then, the Fall of Favre. It's like, that's crazy. But, well, let's talk. Maybe let's talk about those next time we get together. If you guys watch them, over the weekend, we can talk about them next time. I think this was. How are we at 48 minutes already? This was a ton of fun.
I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, we had a good rant on NBA in the first half.
Yeah.
But wasn't expecting that second half there, and it was quite enjoyable.
I got one more thing to say.
Uh-oh.
Right before we move again.
Yeah.
Colin Coward, whatever you call it, whatever his fucking name is. Him, Michelle Beadle, fuck both them two in NBA Jam.
Wow.
It is kind of an inside joke. I love inside jokes. I'd love to be a part of one someday. But NBA Jam, those two were bitches in NBA Jam. So I hate them. I hate them even more.
Okay.
They know how to play NBA Jam?
They were, yeah.
Oh, the TV show. The TV show.
The video game. You nutsack.
Okay, it is the video game, not the TV show. Okay.
Yeah, because their characters in that show, they were just too incredibly good that they're hard to beat. Cat agrees.
The cat agrees. We got the okay from the cat.
No. Cat was just approving. I got a full drink. Let's go for another.
Oh,
shit.
Well,
I'm glad the cat approved. We'll tell the cat to come back next time, and we'll try to incorporate it a little bit more.
Yeah, it's here.
Okay. All right.
It's loud.
Well, cat's on bar stools. Let's do it.
There we go.
All right, fellas. This was fun. This was good. We had a great conversation. Again, loved it. This is possibly the best podcast of all time. I'm gonna go there, right? Like, you know, if some of these guys like Field Yates can still be talking to front of people, so can we. I heard a great
we can
quote.
say whatever we want on that point. Shit.
Well, how did it go? We may not be geniuses, but
no, it was we may not be What the fuck was it?
yeah, how did it go?
It was we may not be experts, but we have microphones.
Yep, we may not be experts, but we got microphones.
Yeah,
Hell
so that logo you have on the TV in the back is super rad. We need to have that with that slogan. We can go back to the last episode, make sure we got it verbatim.
Yep.
We'll make some t-shirts.
That would be oh my god, that'd be so cool.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I want some shirts.
Yeah.
I'm game.
No embroidery. It's itchy on my chest hair.
Yeah. No,
Does your nipple ring get caught on the fabric?
Hey, look, hold on. We're not going back like 20 years.
Ooh.
Oh,
Get
you don't
out
have
of
them in anymore?
Get out of here. You think
did
I'd
you
be
take 'em
married if I had you know what? We're not going there. This isn't like
When
let's
did you
talk
take
about-
them out? Come on.
when?
Yeah.
A long time ago?
Okay. Well, you were cooler when you had them in.
And now it's documented to everybody that you
Yep.
had that.
Yep.
You had some titty tassels. I think when you lose in basketball on Labor Day, you should get them re-pierced.
Ooh.
And I'll
Are
pierce
you-
them.
Yes.
Are you gonna pierce yours and I get to pierce them on Labor Day?
Ooh.
When you lose?
Oh my god, this is epic. Is this going down right now?
Is this really okay? Does it have to be my nipples?
I'm not gonna do a piercing. Let's just get out of that.
yeah. You'll get a Prince Albert. I know.
That's where I was going. Like, go get a Prince Albert.
We gotta discuss this next time.
All right, that's fair. Let's do it.
We gotta make sure that like people can still watch this. We're not talking about Prince Alberts. Come on, people. Be civilized around here.
Yeah.
The best podcast would never be civilized.
I think Billy should get a belly button ring.
Oh my god, yes. That would be great.
Shit. I gotta work my jumper. I do not want that. I do not want that.
Oh man, you're gonna hire a coach and everything. Is there a spending limit on how much we can spend to prep to get ready? Do we need a salary cap, guys?
No.
Come on, Billy. We know how you like those salary caps.
Oh, we never went back to the logo talk. Fuck. Next time.
Let's get the logo next time because Jerry West here, reincarnated, says it stays.
Yeah. See, we got material to last us for weeks, boys.
Fuck yeah. Hey,
You got belly button talk for weeks, months.
They don't make them big enough for my belly button.
Where's Lex? We need some
I was
guy
just
just,
gonna
just have him in the background hanging out, just shirt up a little bit.
Oh shit! You went there.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. This was fun. Go home, drive safe, be good. Tell your parents we say hi.
Round 2. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Tune into the Burp. Let's get it. Let's get it, get it. You did it, 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 get it. You've been into the Burp. Let's get it.